Illinois just passed a bill to change the word offender to justice-impacted individual.
Like for no reason.
Because that's what's on the minds of all Illinois residents, especially Chicagoans, as just over the weekend, 45 people were shot, including 6 mass shooting.
Holy shnikes.
Don't call these people criminals or offenders. They're justice-impacted individual.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
But according to Vera magazine, words matter. Don't call people felons, convicts, or inmates. Is this what we're concerned about?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Instead of actually making people feel safer in their cities, change the words so that when they're convicted or they're facing justice, that we give them a more softer tone. Because when somebody breaks into my house, shoots my wife and kids, somehow leaves me alive and walks away, my first thing in court is to make sure I don't offend that individual as a human being. Excuse me, sir, how do I address you as a murderer?
Your language is offensive.
Justice-impacted individual? Okay, I will do that. Here's what some of the people online are saying. Shaming language used to be actually a deterrent to crime, and now we don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
It's just a joke, but it's true.
That makes sense. You know, calling someone a PDF or
Gotcha.
it makes people not want to be that thing. But then when you start to dumb down the language and make people feel good and gushy on the inside, all of a sudden being called that is not as big of a deal. I'm a minor attracted person. I'm not the other thing. I'm a justice-impacted individual. I'm not a murderer, okay? Bert says drug dealers will soon be called unlicensed pharmacists. That's one of my favorite ones yet. And then the final thought of the day. I love this. To control power, you need to control the narrative. To control the narrative, you must control the language. And that's what these people are worried about. See, while you're struggling to get by with high inflation, wondering if you can buy the house of your dreams or raise kids in this country, this is what our politicians are so focused on, particularly in Democrat states like Illinois. They are worried about offending the criminals. And you have to ask yourself, is that something that's on your mind? Do you actually care about that? Does that matter to you? Are you walking in every single day worried about offending people, particularly criminals? Derek, you've never been in their shoes. Yeah, because I don't want to do what they do. I don't care what level I'm at. I'm not going to do that to get by. That's insane. This is like one of the most incredible stories. It just shows you how unserious our politics are. How unserious some of these politicians are. As they scream from their mountaintops, I'm a serious individual. Listen to me. Take me seriously. Take my words as the gospel. No thanks. I don't take you seriously because you don't actually want to make my life better. You just want to put band-aids on things and say, look what I did. Okay, we were really concerned about the language. People are spending hours in their day creating an entire bill, and this bill is going to cost them lots of money because they're going to have to go in and change the language in previous documents now. This is what our government does. This is why the government is such a waste of time, waste of money, and just absolutely useless. And that's why so many of us are looking at what's going on in our government going, what is the point of you guys? What are you doing for me? Because every time I look around, you're more concerned about other countries, you're more concerned about, offending people and allowing criminals just to get out while putting Donald Trump in meaningless trials to avoid him being able to go out and campaign and show everybody how dumb Joe Biden is. That's what you seem like you're more concerned about. Right now in our house, everyone's talking about how, that MTG AOC Crockett moment where they're all like having their little cat fight and they're all going back and forth showing how actually awesome they are. Like you actually care about that. Do you actually care about that? No, you don't, because you're a normal human being. But again, 45 people shot. over the weekend, 45 people shot. Isn't that so freaking insane? Isn't that insane? 45 people shot. And people are just like, I don't know. Don't want to get into it. But did you hear about this one kid that got beat up by this other kid? Let's put that on the national news story. It's amazing the things our news agencies want to emphasize and lock down and want you to focus on. Always remember, those of us that have brains, that so much of the news is propaganda, and they pick and choose what they want you to focus on. So a lot of my podcasts, I like to sum up as much as I can what I'm thinking about throughout the whole day into one show like this. That so much of what's going on in the world in politics is BS. And the real issues that actually need addressing, like 45 people shot over the weekend, people feeling safe in one of America's greatest cities. And Chicago is a great city. It's fantastic. I lived there for a very long time. It's a fantastic place. But it's the most dangerous place I've ever lived in my life. And I couldn't wait to leave because of that. If it was safe, who knows? I might still live there. But instead of actually addressing the issues, their politicians are like, you know what? Let's work on how we offend our criminals, since our entire state is full of them. Okay, have a wonderful day. And if you live in Cook County, sorry. Have a wonderful day. Drop a like if you don't mind, and put a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this offensive bill.